Question of the day. Have artists lost their integrity? Let me know, guys, what you think. And please comment in my comment section down below. I like to know your thoughts. This is just my opinion. I think 90% of artists have lost their integrity. Yep, I really do. Where do we start? So, I saw briefly, because I don't really read blogs like that. I don't know, that's never been my thing. I saw briefly just circulating online a long list. And this was mainly hip-hop artists, MCs. Yeah, mainly. Maybe had like, I think one R&B artist on here. But it was a long list of phenomenal, dope, urban, chocolatey, talented artists. And I don't know who put that list together. But they had this list, and it's pretty much saying that everybody on that list have scammed young artists. Now, my thing is this. When I see stuff like that, I need receipts. I need a receipt of who put this list together. Where did this list come from? What's the reason behind this list? And where are the receipts? And why? Like, what is your motive to put a list like that together talking about artists? I also don't think it's nice to do that. However, it's like a catch-22. I feel like fans deserve the truth. Everybody in this world who listens to a particular artist that they love, they need to know who they are supporting. They really do. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you're like a fan and an admirer and you love a particular artist and then you see on the list, your feelings going to be hurt. You're going to be like, what? I've been supporting this artist for years and they're up here scamming folks? Listen, I'm not into exposing people. Apparently gets nowhere, really. People don't believe in the truth, unfortunately. You can talk a hole in your head about this artist, that artist did to me, whatever the case is. You know, when I realized a long time ago, when people are set on who they love and fan over and admire, the sky's the limits. They can do no wrong. And that is really the tough and hard reality of it. Especially when you have a variety and sometimes a large amount of people telling the truth. So in this sense, with this situation, it's sad. Because you don't really see this with, let's keep it real, with white artists. Like putting together a list and say, well, this person did this, that. You don't really see that. So in this sense, I saw this list, looked at it briefly, and since we have so many reputable podcasts, people, talented people that, you know, do talk radio and YouTube, I really would like to see, like, I would say right now, I would like to see Royce da 5'9" get on an interview with whoever is accusing him, as well as these other artists, like individually, and really prove their case. Because this is a mess. You know, so people, because people deserve to learn the truth about an artist. I'm not saying you deserve to learn about the privacy of an artist and what they like and what they don't like real private personal stuff. No. But things like this, I feel like if somebody is going to put that on the table, and they may feel some type of way, because guess what, fans or people that really support you and they looked up to you for years and they supported you and went out and bought your music, and then they meet you and they find out you're a horrible person, and then they trying to work with you and you said, or you lead them on, or whatever the case is, and they paid you, they have a right to be upset. They really do. The problem is the integrity of the artist is lost. So I think in these days and times, especially with 2020, we need to do things differently as an adult. It's one thing if you can, if you feel some type of way about an artist or whatever, and you can approach them and really sit down and talk about it and get to, some conversation, some truth, and make amends, or say what you have to say and move on like adults without violence. That would be great to do. But a lot of times, unfortunately, artists don't want to be bothered. Well, especially the fan or the admirer or the person is doing the business dealings. They're highly upset and they're hurt. Unfortunately, this is been going on in the industry for years. But I'm gonna tell you guys, just from my perspective and my experience, just in dealing with artists, and this is my personal opinion, with that list and everything, I like to see receipts, and I don't think it's a good thing to go around saying this artist did that. I think it should be handled in a certain type of way. I think this is why, I know. This is why I've got to the point in my life where I have favorite artists that I love dearly. I don't want to meet them, really. I don't want to meet them unless they are really who they say they are, unless they're nice. That's just me. Because what I'm seeing now and what I'm hearing is so bad, guys. You have a lot of fans, you have a lot of upcoming artists. They're meeting their favorite artists and they find out these artists are not nice. And that is heartbreaking. That is shocking. But unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna tell you that this is life. I learned it the hard way. I could tell you stories upon stories of people that I thought who had integrity, some morals, and come to find out they were the worst person I ever met in my life, or just not a good person. Let me tell you guys, and this is my definition. People ask, what is integrity? Integrity, I just have to read you the definition. Integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. You know what I see now? I see a lot of artists who are unhappy. And I don't want them to be unhappy. I don't want them to be unhappy. I want them to be happy. I want them to own their masters. I want them to live their best life. But I also want them to treat the people around them with sincere love, gratitude, and the list goes on. But I'm living in a dream world if I think like that, because guess what? I had to find out the hard way that a lot of artists that we love and care about are not. Their integrity is out the window from years ago because something had happened to them, something went wrong, mental health issues, addiction, family issues. It's so many things. Creative, label, the list goes on. Artists in this day and time need to really improve on their integrity and their morals because it's looking crazy out here. Perfect example, guys. Look at Jaguar Wright. Shout outs to Jaguar Wright. I love her. Super talented. Got great vocals and still got them. And let me tell you something. If you watch her videos, she's not lying. You can tell when someone's not lying about their experiences. She's not. She talked about Mary J. Blige. I still shout outs to Mary J. Blige. I love Mary J. Blige still. But I don't want to believe it. But I've heard stories. When you keep hearing recyclable, same stories over and over and over again for years, it's like, yo. And your intuition is like on a high vibration. You're like, yeah, this is true. I've heard them same stories. Never had the opportunity to meet Mary J. Blige, but I've heard them stories. Them same stories. A majority of the same stories that Jaguar Wright talked about, I've heard. Except with the sabotaging of Jaguar, with the label and stuff. I never heard that. But I'm not surprised. It's sad. You'd be like, no, not my Mary J. Blige. You know? Listen, when you start paying attention to artists, just pay attention to them. And if you work behind the scenes or whatever the case is, or if you encounter them and you had a bad experience, you will know the integrity is out the window. I ran into artists that I thought were going to be wonderful and nice and everything. And it's crazy. The artists that I thought were going to be wonderful and nice wasn't nice. And the artists that I didn't think were going to be nice were wonderful. It's crazy out here. And you know what? It's so sad nowadays is that people, you have like, these artists have so many cult followings. They have major fans that love the ground they walk on, and the fans are like, that person cannot do any wrong. And it's like, a lot of people are like, well, what's the point of saying anything because no one will believe me? That is like a sad situation to be in. Let me tell you guys, 2020 is the year of truth and confirmation about a lot of things. And I want to tell you this. I want artists to be great, especially the super talented ones, especially the ones that really grind and work hard to give dope music to us in any genre they're in. I want them to be great. I can't speak for anyone else. I want them to be great. I want them to make their money. Like I said, I want them to own a masters. The list goes on. However, I also want them to have integrity, because what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing right now, oh my goodness. a lot of artists are not having integrity anymore. We should not have a list going around about hip-hop artists, especially black males, that are scamming up-and-coming artists. We should not have that. I'm so hurt by that. And I'm not even, that type of artist. I'm hurt to hear that. I don't want to see that. You know what? I think now, from the integrity, from a lot of artists not having integrity, hurt people. So that's one thing. The next thing is artists that do mess up. They don't take accountability for their actions. They don't. They will deny it. I don't know, such and such. Excuse me. They don't take accountability. And let me tell you something. As an artist or as someone that works behind the scenes, you have to be accountable for your actions. Your name is all you have. You can have all the money in the world and everything, but it means nothing if you're not a good person. Nobody wants to work with a horrible person, a scamming person, a manipulative person, somebody that only care, selfish person. The list goes on. Nobody want to work with that. I know I don't. Nobody wants to work with that. I personally think a lot of these artists need to, even the legends, the in-betweens, the up-and-comings, they need to have artist development. They need to have therapy. I'm telling you. And it's not knocking them. It's to help them improve in their life. And God as well. So I was thinking about that heavy, like, yo, have artists lost their integrity? And my answer, this is my personal answer, yes, they have. As an admirer or a fan, I think nowadays, if you're buying music, streaming music, the list goes on, you really need to pay attention to who you're supporting. You don't want to support artists that don't even think enough of you to say hi. Or even when they don't feel like it, say, oh, I'll take a picture with you. You do have to respect the artist. But you just have to think like that. Like, you don't want to support artists like that who have no integrity. But some people don't care. They just want the music and that's it. But listen, it's more than just the music. I hope with the situation with, mainly they're talking about Royce da 5'9". Shout outs to Royce da 5'9". I hope that they can, behind the scenes, talk, make amends, do something, or even do an interview and just put everything on the table. Because fans shouldn't be finding out or thinking or allegedly thinking that Royce and a bunch of artists that's on that list are scammers. Especially if you don't have receipts. Well, if you do have receipts, it's still bad. No fan should be finding out the artist they support is a fraud. But let me tell you something. It's a lot of them out there. I've seen it with my eyes. I've been appalled. I've been shocked. I've been hurt. I've been all of that to know of an artist that is not a good person. It's not good. We got to do better, guys. If you are an artist, this is my advice to all the artists out there. If you are an artist, you need to learn the business. The music business is very grimy, but not everybody in the music business is grimy. Okay, I know for myself. I remember when I was younger, I wanted to work for a record label. Jesus Christ. I thank God every day for my life, and I thank God that I didn't work at the record labels that I wanted to work at, because I probably would have been all messed up. I feel like God has protected me from so much crap. I've experienced some stuff, don't get it twisted, but honey, a lot of artists lose their integrity, as well as execs, and the list goes on behind the scenes. We gotta do better. Gotta do better. It's looking crazy out here for artists. I hope that list is not true, but I've heard stories. Perfect example, I've seen one situation years ago. I'm not gonna say who the producer is. It was nobody that I managed, so don't think it's that. But I remember this producer, well-known producer, phenomenal producer. He was charging up-and-coming producers a large amount of money to be in a producer showcase. That's it. Just to come, play their beats, and that's it. I would like to see artists help really talented artists. Just take a couple or one, somebody that really wants it, and teach them the business, you know, and take them under your wing without expecting anything from them, and just help them. You don't really see that. It should be like a producers council right now with all the legendary producers. It should be like a dope council with all these dope artists, from vocalists, songwriters, to just take people like qualified, talented, up-and-coming artists and just take them under the wing and help them develop to be their very best. You don't see that. Why? Because there's so much competition. The integrity is lost, the morals lost, jealousy, and God forbid, the ego. The ego, like Ego Trip. And this is no knock to the company Ego Trip. But honey, I would like to see that. But I want to know from you guys. Let me know. Have artists lost their integrity? Yes or no? I personally think yes. Majority of them have. Anyway, guys, like this video, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this. It's a serious situation, even though it may not be serious to you. Just be mindful of what artists you support. You know, if you love an artist, you can love them, but also hold them to a high regards, meaning they need to respect people they are surrounded by. They need to respect the people that work for them. They need to respect their fans. They need to have some type of moral code and integrity. Point blank. This is just my opinion. Let me know. But it's looking real sad out here. I'm hearing these horror stories about execs, artists that I love, and you be like, oh my God, is this the person? This is the real person behind the music? The music is totally opposite from what people were saying. But for me, I will tell you, receipts are important. Just remember that. Don't just believe anything. Do your research, also receipts. But this year, confirmation. It's a lot of confirmations. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you on the next video. Take care. Be safe. And remember, integrity is everything. Your name is all you have. Morals, integrity combined pays to be nice. If you don't know anything before you leave, know that this channel is about accountability, integrity, and having morals and doing the right thing. We're not perfect. I will tell you that. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But we need to do the right thing and help each other out and uplift each other. Yep. And best believe, if anybody ever came at me and said, oh, she did this, she did that, I have receipts. Best believe. You will be surprised. You'll be surprised what I know. Peace out. Be well. See you soon. Integrity, guys. It's important.